As promised, here are all of the details, the nitty-gritty of what is included in the Flagship Musical Theater Writing Workshop course. Obviously, at this point, you already know the idea behind it, but just to reiterate, the idea here is that anyone should be able to have access to writing musical theater if they want it, and your unique voice is important. It needs to be in the mix. And if you're here at this moment watching this video, then I think you already believe that as well. So let's dive in. Quick reminder of the 5 course pillars. Number 1 is the core curriculum. We'll get to more about that in a second. Number 2 is the songwriting challenges. I've already spoken about that, but I'll specify what kind of songs we're going to write. Number 3 is collaboration. We will be working in collaboration on those songwriting challenges, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a moment as well. Number 4 is feedback. The feedback process is specific, and I'll take you through that in a minute here as well. And number 5 is curriculum flexibility. And I'll give you some examples of how we were able to be flexible in cohorts 1 and 2. So let's go. Let's dive in and get going here. First and foremost, the core pillars. Or excuse me, the core curriculum. You say pillars too much, and it gets caught. So the core curriculum. This is part of every cohort, no matter what. Here are the things that you are guaranteed to learn during our time together. The 32-bar chorus. We start off with the classical structure because it's important to know where musical theater came from before we can progress from there. So we start by learning all about AABA and ABAC and their various uses. We then do a deep dive on rhyme, the different types of rhymes and their uses. We also, in the same lesson, talk about lyric scansion, what it is and why it's so important in musical theater. We talk about crafting song journeys, and we do that while we also talk about the structure of a musical, and we look at various types with examples. We have a conversation about song spotting, also known as song placement, how you do it, how you make those determinations. We do, in this course, talk about verse-chorus songs and pop structures, how they work and how they also don't work at times. Character establishment is a large lesson that we talk about. And I mean character establishment both inside of songs and outside of songs. You may be familiar with the I want or the I am. Those are types of character establishment, but there's so much more. We talk about composition foundations. A lot of the time, the people who are coming into this course either have never written music or they want to be writing music and they've just dabbled. So we talk about what the foundations of composition might look like. Collaboration, obviously. We talk about collaboration, the different types, and also we give some tips on how to do it. We talk about the road of show development, what that can look like, and how we might be able to utilize what we have to our advantage. We talk about charm songs. We talk about crafting the musical world. We do a big lesson on that one. It's been a hit both times so far. We talk about musical motif in that same lesson and what it is and how it's created and how it can be utilized. We talk about comedy songs, which are, of course, very difficult to write. And then we also, in both cohorts, have talked about writing for the voice as an instrument, something that a lot of people don't talk about. But I am a vocal coach and a musical director, so this is extraordinarily important to me, and I think that all musical theater writers should think about it as we move through. So those are the core pillars that you will definitely get throughout the entire course, okay? And if that sounds like a lot of info, it is! But we go through it efficiently, with the ability to have an open discussion about everything as we go. So pillar number 2 is those songwriting challenges. Again, you'll be writing 6 songs throughout our time together, doing 9 shares, because the latter 3 songs, songs 4, 5, and 6, will have rewrite shares. There is a pretty quick turnaround. They are 2 weeks in between all deadlines. So by the time that your first song is due, at that point, you will have had 2 weeks to write it with your partner, and at that juncture, you will then be moving forward into your next song after that first set of shares. The songs that we write during our time together are, we write a 32-bar chorus song. It is an A to begin with, okay, just the chorus, and there's a specific type of song that we'll be writing. Then, we are going to be writing an ABAB or ABAC song with a verse attached. And that is a convincing song of some variety. Then, song 3, you will be writing your first full song beyond just a verse and a chorus. And that is going to be actually in pop structure, verse, chorus structure. After those first 3 songs, when we get into 4, 5, and 6, you will have a palette that you can choose from for what song structures you want to use, and I'm no longer going to specify. So if you gravitate towards something or something else, you will have freedom at that point to try more things. Experiment, grow, do it. Song 4 is a character establishment song. You will be picking a story off of a list of 10 stories to choose from, and you will write a character establishment song for the protagonist. That is the first song that has a rewrite attached. Those are always a little bit of a doozy, because everyone's like, ooh, what does it mean to do a rewrite of a song? What does that feel like? It's a lot of fun. Song 5 is a charm song. Charm songs are delightful little nuggets, and I have to say, it's one of my favorites when we share charm songs because everyone just feels happy by the end. They're just delightful. And we will have a rewrite with that one. And then number 6, the hardest of them all, but a lot of fun nonetheless, is writing comedy songs. And that is our last assignment that also has a rewrite. So those are the 6 song challenges and the way that it plays out in terms of song shares. Obviously, you'll be collaborating with people throughout. I go through a process using kind of a matrix idea to present as many possible pairings as we can with people that we have. So you can really experience the different ways that collaboration can go. And we loosely say you are collaborating as a lyricist and you are collaborating as a composer, but really it's up to the two of you to decide who is going to do what and how that collaboration works. I don't make any of those determinations for you other than the general, you're a composer, you're a lyricist. Go. It's up to you. You're a team. Feedback. Like I said, we follow a very specific feedback structure in this course. It's designed to center the writers and their goals and to leave competition and ego out of it. There is no, if I were writing this piece, we don't do that here. So, the feedback process goes something like this. When it's song share time, the writers give us context. They tell us what we need to know before they share the song. They then share the song. After the share, the first people who get to speak are the writers. They get to tell us what it felt like to share the song. Did anything come up for them while they were listening during that share? Because sometimes new things arise, and maybe they also forgot to say X, Y, or Z as well. There's a lot that could potentially happen in there. Then we move to the rest of the class speaking, and the first thing that we do is affirm. Affirmative responses, also known as AFIs, are when people reflect back what is working toward their goals, what they liked about the piece, what is a positive. So we know what to keep and where our foundations lie. We then toss it back to the writers. They get an opportunity to say to us what else they would like the remainder of their time to be focused on for the feedback. They get to make that determination. And then we, through neutral questions, feedback, and if they consent, ideas, prescriptive ideas, we can provide further feedback for the time. Every share is 25 minutes, and all of that happens. And then the last thing we do is we share gratitude. Gratitude for the sharers for sharing and for the rest of the class for providing feedback. And it's a lovely little nugget of a process. It feels warm, feels comfy, feels cozy. And we get a lot of good feedback as well. And then pillar number 5 is curriculum flexibility. Now, as I said, we try to tailor that toward everyone's interests and questions specifically as we're going through the course. So here are some flexible curriculum examples from the first few cohorts. Orchestration and orchestrators. Talking about stage actions and stage direction, how much to use and when. The jobs, that's right, multiple jobs of the dramaturg. What is that? Knowing your audience and make sure you're writing for your audience. And also writing underscore and incidental music. That was a fun one too. We also have guests who come in throughout our time together. So here's some guest topic examples as well. Creating characters that feel real. Writing outside of your lived experience, something we should all be taking into consideration. Lyric mapping and framing. working with collaborative directors, and also creating a new character perspective. And we've done that before with some Maria Furness exercises. And that, my friends, is the breakdown of the 5 pillars. That's what you get. So at the end of the course, you will have a foundational understanding of musical theater songwriting in various forms, 3 songs written with various collaborators, 3 revised songs written with various collaborators. You will have multiple approaches in your toolbox to writing songs, insights to creating a full musical from structure to development, and a ton in between. You'll have, during your period of time here, a free membership to the Musical Theater Writing Collective online hub for the entire duration of the course, which will give you also a forever community, not just your peers in the cohort, but the entire collective. You also get recordings of every class, which include lessons, shares, and feedback sessions. All of it, recordings, they're yours. So if you have to miss a particular session, you don't miss out. You also get experience giving and receiving feedback, which is so valuable. Not enough people teach this, and you get the opportunity to try it out for yourself over the course. And you get the ability to blend your unique voice with tried and true structures. That's a lot. It's a lot of stuff that you get. Oh, in addition to that, also, like, you're a writer and you feel comfortable saying that. You know, the whole thing that we've been talking about the past several days. You will have that by the end of this course. As a reminder, the course is 20 weeks long. So it is a 2-hour session once per week for the 20 weeks. Cohort 3 will begin on March 1st of 2023 and run through July 19th of 2023. I believe there's 1 week off in there due to a holiday. Sessions take place on Wednesday evenings from 7:15 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But do note that a second option on Thursdays at noon Eastern Standard might become available depending on interest. I don't want to leave our friends in Europe out of the equation, and I know that the other time would be the middle of the night for them. That doesn't work. Great. And then, as you already know, the investment for this course will be $2,200, but if you sign up during the early enrollment period for your call with me, then it is $2,000 to start. And again, there are payment options, so do not hesitate to have that call with me. We will figure it out together, you and I. And that, my friends, is the entirety of what is included in the cohort class. If you have any questions, please reach out, let me know. I'm happy to answer them anytime. Also, you have until the end of this month to sign up for your call in order to get not just the lesser price, but also the bonuses. So bear that in mind as well. Then we will be in regular enrollment through all of February. So make sure you don't miss out and come on in and join us. All right, my friends, have a great one. We'll chat again soon. Bye.